r/ask Reddit. What's something we'd probably hate you for? I put the plastic stickers on apples. Duck you. Just eat it with them. It's just paper and gum. I drive an ex-police car. It's a black 2008 Police Interceptor, Ford Crown Victoria, with the front push bumper, mirror swivel lights, plastic rear bucket seats and, wait for it, rear window bars still attached. Everyone slows down around me and gets out of my way on my commute to work. The best is when people who are talking on their cell phones while driving catch a glimpse of me and immediately try to subtly scratch their ear or neck. Edit. Here she is. http://imgur.com/un. Also many people have asked where I got it and for how much etc etc. I found it on Craigslist listed at 7 grand. The duck, and ended up buying it for 4,500. Check Craigslist or find out about local police auctions. It had 118k miles when I bought it, 145k miles now and going strong. It has a 4.6 liters V8 with about 250 HP. I added a full custom exhaust so it sounds pretty awesome. I've never been pulled over in it. I get a lot of this guy looks from real cops though. At least you're not the guy with basically the same setup and ski racks. Seriously, duck that guy. Edit. Now that I see it, duck you almost as much. Right. He flashed his lights at me. What a ducking dong. I kept driving for a while, then he's on the side of my car. WTF, I finally pull over and he's really pretending to be a ducking cop? Seriously? And now I get arrested and posting this from jail for starting a car chase? There was barely a kilo of coke in my car. Barely. I don't seed. I have 100 Mbps upload speed and never seed. I don't even feel bad at it, since people seem to get very emotional about seeding. I have decided to seed double the amount I used to. You are literally worse than Hitler. When I eat a popsicle, I chew it. My teeth just shriveled up. My hole puckered. Sort by controversial. There we go. The first time I used controversial, I forgot to change it back. The next 3 days, Daffic Reddit. I did the same with new ones. I left for the weekend and came back to almost no upvotes on anything and it all sucked. I just thought it went downhill fast. I downvote posts that I disagree with. Flagrant disregard of etiquette. Edit. Every downvote I receive is from somebody just as guilty of this as me. I know they're not supposed to be agree-disagree buttons, but if I'm honest, I'm not sure what they really are for. Edit. Thank you everyone for explaining. I eat all of the chocolate ice cream out of a container of Neapolitan flavor. Good. I eat all the strawberry. I think we do well together. I eat all the vanilla. Let's all be friends. I can spend 10 cumulative hours a day on Reddit or watching Netflix at work and get paid decently for it. I spend 12 hours overnight sitting on Reddit and get paid very well for it. It was me. I let the dogs out. Narciss will not be pleased. I'm a Republican. Edit. Okay, so maybe there were more of us here than I thought. That took a lot of guts. Respect. Republicans like this comment because they like other Republicans. Democrats like this comment because they like the idea of people being ashamed to be Republicans. I'm a full-time student, yet make over $600 a week. Do doctors hate you? Anesthesiologists hate him. You know that really obnoxious cheerleader in high school? That was me. Yeah, but they were usually 10 out of 10 unless you're a guy, then this conversation never happened. 10 out of 10 but only in groups. Cheerleader effect. Bro. I work security at an airport. The rest of you can all go home now. Edit. For those of you thinking I'm a fascist or shat, perhaps I'm a decent person working a shit job because it's full time. Provides really good benefits. Has decent pay that allows me to do the things I really love to do. Hiking and traveling for X. And I can leave the job behind when I punch out. Edit 2. I would be remiss if I did not say thank you to the kind stranger that provided me with gold in a thread about things posters do that they are hated for. I'm really happy with every aspect of my life. PFFFTT. Yeah, right. Except for this one comment. You just ruined everything. I dumped a girl on Valentine's Day, at the school dance, on her birthday. A friend of mine broke up with a girl during sex while they stayed at her parents' house. In the middle of sex. Like oh god, I think we should see other people. I'm that guy who camped in that video game you played. It's a legitimate strategy. Edit. RVB reference. I've screen peeked while playing against my sister. We all do what must be done to win. I'm a feminist. Edit. I got my first one. I feel like I should learn a secret handshake or something. http imgur comdbpug8n jpg. But seriously, I don't think that I'm persecuted or hated as a feminist. The label just really rustles Reddit's jimmies, as evidenced by the huge ducking thread my post spawned. It's kinda funny. I know they're trolls, but they're too funny not to post. http imgur comk8qxi jpg http imgur comespsal jpg http imgur com052i6d jpg. I'm not sure what to make of this one. http imgur comhh9fln7 jpg. Me too. The anti-feminism on Reddit is honestly pretty scary sometimes. I have received hate mail for mentioning that I am a feminist. Me 3. I honestly think more people need to own up to it. What the average feminist wants is really what the average person probably wants. Equal opportunity for all. Edit. I too have received PMS informing me that I am a feminist dunt. I think I passed some sort of initiation ritual. Yay me. Edit 2. I am on a phone so forgive typos. But feminism does have different waves depending on what people feel the problems are. Right now I believe it is third wave, which is about changing people's perceptions on how genders sexes should act. Naturally it is slanted towards women, but there is a lot of talk about men and LGBT groups as well. I hate obesity with a passion. If you are obese you have to meet a higher standard to be the same in my eyes as someone who isn't obese. I'm also one of those ectomorph people who can't ever seem to be able to gain weight. You heard me until the ectomorph bit. I have to swim an hour every night and limit myself to 2 meals a day to keep those pounds off. If it makes you feel better, ectomorphs aren't real. The whole endo, meso, ecto stuff is dismissed by modern science. I'm odd r/politics. You mean r/liberals? They might be more conservative than us. I once downloaded a car. You wouldn't. I'm really worried I unleashed the fedoras. Not kidding. Montreal, 2006. I wore one for Halloween when I dressed like a mobster, but it got me so laid that night that I wore it again, in public, like it was a totally normal part of an outfit. I got lots of compliments, and at the time nobody was wearing them, so it became something I wore frequently. It worked. Then I started getting asked where to get one, and I noticed it was a very particular kind of guy that was asking. That guy, la guy, lady guy, and sure enough, instead of getting a fine piece of yardwear from my haberdasher Saint Henri, they were getting trilbies from Lids. I'd released the Kraken and there was no turning back. Years later, long after I had hung up my hat, I joined Reddit only to find it adorned with so much hatred for my beloved hat, the very one championed by my childhood hero Indiana Jones, except that it was always being sported by that guy, and it was a ducking trilby. Now it is a lost cause, but I can't help but feel responsible for the revival of the horrible fedora phenomenon and empowering a generation of soggy gent neckbeards to think they're being classy. This guy's story checks out, guys. He liked fedoras before even the hipsters thought they were cool. Meet a hipster status confirmed. Edit. I guess I'm not up to date on the various subcultures. What is a person who wears a fedora called if not a hipster? If we kill the alpha wearer hipster, will everyone turn back to normal? I only have to set my alarm 1 day per week. The rest of the time I sleep late and go to work when I damn well please. I can't remember the last time I was sad, stressed, or angry. Knocks on wood. Sufferer of social anxiety disorder and panic disorder here. Can I bottle your nervous system in a swallowable capsule? Mate, if I could, I'd pump it into every living person by the gallon. I hate cats. I am happily married. Husband and I have been together 8.5 years. Married for nearly 1. Have never fought. Are the type that make you sick to be around because we really are that happy. Edit. I love how many of you think that one or both of us is lying or miserable, or that our relationship is unhealthy or abnormal. I honestly hope those of you with that opinion get to experience what I have one day so you will truly understand. And props to so many others who already do get it. I support the death penalty in certain circumstances. Some murderers, psychopaths, serial killers are utterly beyond redemption and cannot ever be rehabilitated. The only reason to keep these people in a box for 50 years with no hope of release is vengeance and control. It certainly isn't particularly humane, and frankly there are much better things to spend taxpayers' money on. I have a pair of Beats over-ear headphones. I don't hate you, but you're pretty stupid for buying those. Unless you somehow want them, then it's fine. My girlfriend is an anti-vaxxer, or whatever Reddit calls them, and I pretended to be the father of her kids and had them vaccinated. I'm a horrible person. Oh no, you may have saved them from contracting horrible life-threatening diseases. You monster. Weird ethical dilemma, though. I don't like nudity on TV. I'm more interested in the storyline and character development. If I want to see bare butt and ballsack, I'll go to Tumblr or a porn site. I totally agree with this. I have a friend that will sit through 2 hours of a shitty chick flick just to see some boobs. It's like, why don't you just watch 15 minutes of porn? Then watch something worth watching. I'm tenured faculty. I can't stand atheists. I'm atheist myself, and almost every atheist I've ever met was a total a-hole who hated on every religion and acted like they were superior. I'm looking at you. r/atheism. I'm a filthy ducking hipster. If you say you're a hipster, you're not a hipster. He's so hipster that he went against that rule. I am staunchly anti-drug. I despise drug culture and I don't think we should be making illegal drugs legal, like what is currently happening with marijuana in the US. I wish I could accept your opinion, but it's none of your bussiness what people eat, inject or inhale. I know it isn't really that acceptable, but then again if it wasn't, I wouldn't have posted it in this thread. I'm a mall cop. I get paid to go to university. Am I missing something? Isn't that how scholarships work? I think marijuana should remain illegal, and I regularly think that people who smoke pot are completely selfish a-holes. By the way, I don't drink either and secretly judge people who do. I perceive them as weak. Edit. I seem to be getting downvoted for answering the question honestly. Duck me, right? My point is that if you need a mind-altering substance to make your life better, you're doing it out of complete self-interest and not thinking about the people around you. On the whole judgment part, we judge each other all the time for the most trivial reasons, as you are judging me right now, and that's fine. It's what we are. Edit 2. About medical. Full support. If it reduces pain in cancer patients, go for it. I'm not against morphine in a hospital environment for therapeutic purposes for the same reasons. I'm talking about recreational use of mind-altering substances, not medical. Look, my mom was sick for 6 years before she died, and if her suffering had been eased by medical THC, I'd support her. Whatever helps ease the pain, increase appetite for anorexics, etc. I'd support that. They are working on developing a medicine with the same effects as THC, without the high or hallucination. I'm in full support of that, just so we're in the clear. It's cool. I perceive non-drinkers as dull. How is it in any way selfish to smoke pot? I downvote anyone who says a story is bullshit, unless they back it up with facts. I didn't come here for honesty. I came here to be entertained. I think we should treat gender dysphoria as a proper mental illness, because it is. When the duck did we start letting people listen to an illness that wants them to pump their bodies full of hormones that don't belong there and mutilate their genitals? And before anyone tries to kill me, I have gender dysphoria, so yes, I know what it's like. And no, you aren't the opposite sex no matter how much you want to be. Edit. Accidentally a word. I have basically no filter between what I think and what I say. It's annoying as hell. I can't pay for TV, so I torrent everything. I never seed, ever. I'm sorry, I truly am. I talk about Reddit to my friends who habitually use Facebook, YouTube, and Tumblr. I'm self-employed and make money even when I'm not working. I don't have kids, and I can literally spend all day being on Reddit and playing games and still make almost as much money. I'm the guy at the hospital that tells you it's time to leave and you owe us X amount of dollars. I'm a tattoo artist, but I didn't have the opportunity to learn by apprenticeship, so the process was largely trial by fire. Not all of the tattoos I've done are winners. Edit. When I was little I had a pellet gun and me and my friends would shoot songbirds and squirrels off the feeder. One night, a squirrel that I aimed by shooting it through the ear shivered under the picnic table in the backyard during a particularly snowy night. It was gone in the morning. I drive a Mini and sometimes forget and pull all the way into a spot, probably making it look like an available spot. Sorry everyone. I get paid entirely too much money to do a job I could teach anyone to do in a few weeks. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.